Kevin Durant just pissed off everyone in the NBA, and to be honest, I can see why everyone is mad. At the start of free agency, a lot of people thought this was going to be one of the more impressive free agencies because we found out that Kevin Durant requested a trade and wanted to leave Brooklyn. The team he wanted to go to was reportedly the Phoenix Suns, which as a Suns fan, I was pretty hyped. Now, the reason why this was also very important was because there were a lot of free agents that had to wait on KD to make his move, which I fully understand. If he went to a team like Phoenix, that would have had a bunch of veteran players that would have signed because they want to win a championship, because Phoenix would have been the hot spot to go to. Even if he went to a team like the Celtics or maybe the Raptors, I could totally see them doing the same thing over there. But fast forward a month and a half and it has been found out that Kevin Durant is going to be staying on the Brooklyn Nets, which has infuriated a lot of people. But to be honest, I'm not one of those people. And when I say everyone, I don't mean, oh, just a bunch of NBA fans. No, I mean players and teams and, well, obviously fans, even NBA Twitter. But I mean, NBA Twitter always gets pissed off at stuff, so I'm not even surprised. So this started off yesterday when we found out the news by Patrick Beverley tweeting out, "Y'all can sit and don't say nothing, but that ain't cool. It's dudes with families out here who haven't gotten a job because of this KD shit, and to be on and off ain't cool. Blessings, gang." He'd follow that up by saying, "It's not good business. These owners can't wait until new deals come. All we doing is hurting the future. Good day, blessing, gang." Which followed KD up to say a very mature response of #blame KD. I'm not gonna say he's trying to take the victim mentality, but it does kind of look like that. And then Patrick Beverley would quote tweet him saying, "Damn, gang, who said I was talking about you? I was speaking of how it was done. Both sides need to keep that private, but noted." And for once, I actually agree with Patrick Beverley, because when the KD news came out, everything in free agency just completely stopped. When the news came out, most of the deals were actually about to be done, if not already done. So the bigger deals, like for example, Jalen Brunson to the Knicks, that really had no effect on it. But for the most part, a lot of teams wanted to wait because they thought this was the big Kevin Durant sweepstakes, but it turned out really none of these teams had a chance except for maybe two. So obviously Kevin Durant didn't say, "All right, everyone stop what you're doing and we gotta wait till I make a decision or Brooklyn makes a decision." But if it was not leaked that KD wanted to leave Brooklyn and go to another team, I think free agency would have been normal. Now let's get into Kevin Durant and a bunch of the shit he was saying to random people, trying to justify what happened and or just being petty and arguing. So first off, we have some wannabe Drewski saying, "Y'all really trying to bully a 200 millionaire online. At KD trade, don't care about y'all, man. LOL." I mean, the dick writing is crazy, but then Kevin Durant would say, "They wasting my time agreeing with them." I mean, me personally, if I had $200 million and was a very successful NBA player, I would not be going on Twitter trying to fight every single person that says something bad about me. I mean, shit, I'm a small YouTuber with like 7,000 subscribers and I don't even do that. And then Kevin Durant said something about salute to the tough guys who do the things they do, blah blah blah. The first tweet was like deleted, so I'm not entirely sure the full context of this. But then this girl, who has a very nice belt by the way, said, "You are so lame, my god." And then Kevin Durant said, "You look so cool sitting on the edge of that boat with the immaculate swimsuit on. Salute." And then someone said, "At KD trade 5 is a joke. He should thank God for his basketball ability because he seems to have nothing else." Which then Kevin Durant would say, "Thank you at God," to some God Twitter account. Wait, is that actually God? I wonder if he'll follow me back. Then we got some Broncos fan who said, "Your ego is out of control, KD," where he would say, "I'm not humble enough." Then we have some dude named fucking Josh who would say, "Dope pick, but just like at Shannon Sharp said, KD, you need to find peace, bruh." Which then KD would say, "I swear I've never met Shannon Sharp a day in my life. LOL, how does he know what I need?" So the point I'm trying to make is that if you tweet KD something or you respond to one of his tweets or quote tweet him, you could get a response. You got better odds of Kevin Durant responding to you on Twitter than being hit by lightning. Honestly, I think I got a better chance of getting KD to respond than the Lakers having a good season next year. Point is that a lot of people hate Kevin Durant because he has an ego and he talks so much shit on Twitter, but honestly, I think sometimes it's really funny. Like, you'll have grown men say stuff like, "You're not humble enough," or "Your ego's out of control," blah blah blah. But to be honest, I think it's kind of funny the way Kevin Durant is responding to this. I mean, look at his profile picture. He has the dude from Cinderella or Snow White, whatever the fuck it's called, which is probably the most accurate representation we could see of Kevin Durant's Twitter life. Now, sometimes I do think there is valid criticism, and I've only seen KD respond to that a couple of times. Now, let's get into the fans who hate Kevin Durant, because a lot of fans from a lot of fan bases are low-key kind of pissed. But before I do get into that, if you guys could leave a like on this video if you're enjoying it so far, I'd much appreciate it. And also subscribe to the channel. We're trying to hit 10K by the end of the year, and if you do subscribe, it does let me know you guys are enjoying the videos I'm making. Also, there is one more thing I do want to say before I do segue into this, because this actually does have some relatability to what I'm about to talk about. So the person that broke a lot of this KD news to a lot of Suns fans before the big insiders got in on it was a guy named Flex from Jersey. Now, this person person has been prominent in the Suns community for breaking a lot of news which were very accurate. However, a lot of people put this pressure on Flex. If Kevin Durant did not go to the Suns, then more than likely his career would be quote unquote over, which I'm sorry, I don't agree with. I mean, he brought every single piece of news that he had and all of it was accurate. I think the God's honest truth on why a lot of people are mad is probably because he said, oh, we got a 99% chance of getting KD and stuff like that. But I'm seeing a bunch of people hate on him and just say a bunch of the most ridiculous shit ever. Like, y'all leave this fucking man alone. I'm about to talk about this right now about a lot of Suns fans being pissed off that KD's not going to the team, but the fact of the matter is this man did nothing to cause that. For the longest time, we had no big insiders that were in Phoenix to bring a bunch of news, and Flex from Jersey is just that. I've been saying this even if we didn't get Kevin Durant, which we're more than likely not going to. I just want to say I appreciate Flex from Jersey, and so should y'all. And Flex, if you're seeing this, I very much appreciate you and everything you do, brother. Now, let's talk about these Suns fans because Jesus Christ, some of y'all are brain dead. So number one, like I said, a lot of people are hating on this guy Flex, who's a Suns insider, but I just talked about that. But number two, now James Jones, who I think has been a top 5 GM in the NBA for the past couple seasons, is now getting ridiculed, and so is the Suns franchise as a whole. First of all, let's not fucking act like this team wasn't just a #1 seed last season, and I know the whole Maverick blowout thing. That is what we call a meltdown. That's what we call a really bad performance. I don't think that fully shows how good this team actually was. Now, some people are saying the entire Suns team had COVID, which I'm not even gonna report that because I don't know how true that is. Even as the most diehard Suns fan, I'm not even gonna justify that and say, oh, see, I told you that's why we didn't lose. We fucking lost, and there's nothing we can do about it. All we gotta do is look forward to this next season. But saying that, oh, all the Suns did was get a bunch of no-name players and that's it. I mean, what did you want them to do? They tried getting KD, they were in a right position, they have their draft picks, but nothing happened. I'm not saying this is official, but Donovan Mitchell could be traded to Phoenix because Donovan Mitchell could be on the move, and maybe like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, I saw him being brought up. But even if our final addition was a toaster from QVC, I think the Suns are a lot more equipped to run it back than the Nets. See, the difference between those two teams is that the Suns are actually competent. Meanwhile, the Brooklyn Nets have a struggling team right now who has a bunch of players who don't want to be there. Now Kevin Durant is showing his loyalty, and I'm not even referring to him. I'm more talking about the problems that are arising with Ben Simmons. And also you got Kyrie Irving, where I don't even know where this dude is. He's probably in like Antarctica or doing some weird shit. I don't know. But the point is that if you were part of any of these teams that had a chance, like the Celtics or the Suns, basically those are the two teams I'm looking at, y'all are fucking fine. The Suns didn't lose anything. The Celtics didn't lose anything, except the Celtics now have Jaylen Brown realizing that he was a trade asset the entire time. Meanwhile, with the Suns, yeah, Mikal Bridges was in rumors. However, it is said that he was never actually put in a formal trade request. Like the Suns never said, all right, we'll give you X amount of picks and Mikal Bridges. There was no trade offer where Mikal Bridges was thrown in. I just want to say that. So while the Suns didn't get KD and now KD is staying on the Nets, we get to look to a very interesting season. Today is 8/24. It's not Kobe's birthday, but yeah, 8/24 Kobe. And if you want to see a video about Kobe, click the video on the screen right here. And yeah, cue the outro.